Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler, and today I wanted to talk about what is Christ's vision and what is guidance and should you listen to it. So here we go. So first of all, what is Christ's vision? This is an idea that I love from the Course in Miracles, Christ vision. So you use Christ eyes, and then you have to define what is Christ. What is Christ, right? Christ is not a name of a person. Christ is a name of ourselves when we realize that we are one with God. So that is, when we realize that we are Christ, it means we are just one with God. And you could, if you are offended by the word Christ, you can replace it with Buddha or oneness. It's all the same. It's just words. But yeah, so Christ's vision is seeing the world from your Christed self, from your Buddha mind, from your oneness mind. And that means forgiving everything, because realizing that everything that you see is you. Everyone that you see is also you. And why would you judge and send attack out? Because it'll just come back to you. And so that leads me to what is perception. So what is perception? And I have some wonderful quotes about what is perception. Hold on. So 3 quotes. Here it is. Perception's basic law could thus be said: you will rejoice at what you see because you see it to rejoice. And the next one is perception's fundamental law. You see what you believe is there, and you believe it there because you want it there. Perception has no other law than this. The rest but stems from this, to hold it up and offer it support. This is perception's form, adapted to this world, of God's more basic law, that love creates itself, and nothing but itself. And then the last one. Is it not evident that what the body's eyes perceive fills you with fear? Perhaps you think you find a hope of satisfaction there. Perhaps you fancy to attain some peace and satisfaction in the world as you perceive it. Yet it must be evident the outcome does not change. Despite your hopes and fancies, always does despair result, and there is no exception, nor will there ever be. The only value that the past can hold is that you learn it gave you no rewards which you would want to keep, for only thus will you be willing to relinquish it and have it gone forever. So the idea with perception is you see what you want to see, and so you see what you want to see, and if you want to see more happiness, you create more happiness. If you want to see more sadness, you create more sadness. But you have to create it from in here. It's the Michael Jackson song, The Man in the Mirror. So you are the one that needs to create what you want to see in this world. If you're not seeing what you want to see in this world, you have to change yourself and change your perception. And that by changing your perception, instead of using your body's eyes, which sees this body as a decaying, aging thing that will soon end and filled with suffering, then you're going to see the world that way. But if you see yourself as an immortal spirit just inhabiting this kind of area that your body's in, then you will see love and forgiveness, and you'll see that everything, and that is Christ's vision, because you're realizing that you're just one. You're just here for a little while having these experiences. And so that is Christ's vision. And okay, so the next question is, what is guidance, and should you listen to it? So what is guidance? Now, I used to pray for my whole family and extended family, and it took a long time to pray for everyone. But then what I realized was that when I would ask the guides of these different family members, they would say, we don't want you to pray for us. And so now I've kind of whittled it down to there's just a few people whose higher self are okay with me praying for them. And so for some, even for people that in the family that I would like to pray for, or in the world, I don't pray for them directly. What I do is I give a blessing to their higher self, and I say this is for them. If the higher self feels like it's necessary, please give it to them. So it's kind of like their parent, giving it to the parent. I don't know if they can eat this, if your child can eat this, but here, this is whatever it is. Or if your child has an allergy to this, kind of thing. So I just give them this blessing, and then they are free. They know. The higher self knows when and what to give. And so that's what I give. And and then there is one person whose guide is very, very firm about me not getting involved and not praying for them and not even giving them like blessings. This guide is very interesting because the guide is always tired out and always kind of angry and pissed off because the person that they are guiding never listens to anything that the guide says, and always does the opposite. And I often talk with the guide because it's very interesting, and she says that I said, if the person always does the opposite of what you tell them, why don't you just do reverse psychology? And she said, no, it doesn't work that way, because then she figures it out. And so what I talked to my guides about this, and they said that some people come in here, come to this third dimension, and their whole goal is to do the opposite of what their guidance says. They want to rebel against all of it, and that is the experience that they want to have. They want to have that kind of rough and wild and crazy life. And if they listen to their guide, they're just going to have a peaceful, very calm and lovely life. But if they don't, then things are going to get wild and rough, and and that's the experience that they want to have. And so that's so what is guidance, and should you listen to it? So I'd like to call in my guides to answer the question. Greetings, we are Esmerelda, and we are a mermaid from a higher dimension on your planet, and also from the planet Alpha Centauri. And when we say higher dimension, by higher, it does not mean that it's better or worse. It is not a judgment. It is just a different perception that we exist in. That is how we would say it. Now, what is guidance? Yes, what is guidance? Guidance is your compass on this planet, your guide to show you where you should go, to keep you from harm's way. And your guide is always with you, always giving you information to give you the most straightforward path, the path that you need to take to have the experiences that you want to have in the most peaceful and beneficial way for you. And that is what your guidance is. When you come down here onto this planet, everything is upside down and topsy-turvy, and nothing makes sense, and that is the way that it is created. And so in this world, you need someone from the world that you came from the source, from oneness, to give you some perspectives and to help you to understand where you are, because it is a topsy-turvy place with laws that don't make any sense and emotions that don't make any sense. With your oneness, with your source energy, it doesn't make any sense. It's the complete opposite of what is. And so your guides are there to help you to remember who you really are and what you're doing here. And now, a very important part of all of this is your free will. You all have free will to listen and not to listen. So if you do not want to listen to your guides, you have complete and absolute freedom not to. There is no obligation to listen to your guidance. The guidance are there to help you. And by you not listening to your guides, it is helping your guides in certain ways too, as well. It is what you might call a master's level or a higher education level of guidance for your guide, because they are given a struggle. If you listen to everything that your guide says, it is a very easy job for them to do. They can give you all kinds of different guidance and help you along the way, and they will guide you along the path in a very peaceful and loving way, and you will find that you will achieve your goals in a very, very short period of time, and you will find yourself in a state of peace and love and surrounded by other people that are in that state as well. Whereas when you don't follow the guidance, you'll find that you are farther and farther away from that idea, and that things will become very wild in your life. Things will become like a roller coaster of emotions, of energies. It is like a Hollywood movie where things are insane and crazy, and there are heroes and there are villains and all of these things, and that is an experience that some people want to have. And so those people, by not listening to their guidance, they are helping to perfect the guide's technique, you might say. And you should understand that these guides have chosen this path as well. So the guide that this being is talking about has chosen. They understood before they became the guide that this was going to be a very, very difficult and harrowing experience, and it is for them, because their job is to give the guidance, and the person that they're giving the guidance to does not listen to anything. But in so doing, the guide is learning how to let go, and how to forgive, and how to just facilitate, and how to just give that being space. And this is also a very important lesson for the guides as well. You see, as guides are not perfect beings. They are also learning as well. They are learning to facilitate. So you are in a collaboration with your guides, and you are learning from them, and they are learning from you, and they are growing as well, because in this universe you continue to grow and to grow and to grow, and that is the beauty of it. Many of you think that once you reach a certain level, then it's finished, that you've learned everything, and then you could just sit back and relax. And no. The beauty of this universe is that you continue to learn, you continue to grow in love and extend to this beauty of love that you are. And that is the beauty of this universe. We are Esmerelda, and we are very happy to have this chance to speak to you. Alright, so yeah. Alright guys, ciao.